Okay, so this is stick, this is glued together. You have 3 sections. This top cap is your top section, and then you'll have a middle section and then a bottom section with a foot. You're gonna glue it together here, so this one's already been glued together. Then when you wanna put your phone adapter on, you slide that on first from the bottom, slide it up to the top section and clamp it. Then take the laser, slide it from the bottom, open up the clamp, slide it up a few inches from the bottom and clamp it, okay? Then I'm looking to get these aligned, so I can just loosen this one up, align it, look down it, line it with the box, like that. And then this one's magnetic. I just take my phone and set it on there. If it was a clamp, I could clamp it in. We have both versions, okay? So I'll just keep going. So buckets, we measured out 2 X's at 11 feet, set the bucket right on top of it. There's the other X, okay? So that's the setup process. And then I'm gonna go into the software and start a new project. Okay, so I'm gonna start a project. This is a cover. I'm gonna give it the name. Okay. And the first thing I gotta do is choose my target locations, which I've done. Then I'm gonna confirm that these are not gonna cross the pool anywhere, which they don't. Then I'm gonna measure these. So the measured distance was 11 feet. And then I'm gonna use the device, which I've gotta turn the device on. It's not connected yet, so let's turn the device on. By the way, just power the device on. I've got my phone hotspot on, and this device is already connected. So you'll see down there, see it's blinking green down through there. And then once it connects to my phone, there it goes. It's connecting right now. It'll go, there it goes. So boom, now it's connected to my phone. So now if I go back to the app here, I can refresh this and boom, there I've got it. So it shows it's connected to my phone. I call my network Trigonon. Shows I'm online, and now I can actually capture this distance. So put this down here. What I'm doing here is I'm just confirming that at 11 feet, I'm correct. So I set the one bucket, I shoot this backwards. And so I had it at 11 and 1/8. So now I know I'm good. And so then I take my A bucket and I just place my A bucket on this X and center it on my X, okay? And I'm good to go. So that's the setup process. So now I'm ready to start measuring this pool. Now this is a cover. I technically wouldn't have to chalk it, but I'm going to anyways because I'm here, so I'm just gonna chalk it real quick.
So on those buckets, the measured is where we take a tape measure and then you manually enter it in. So you tape measure it, and then in the app, you just manually pick 11 feet or whatever it is. The captured is using the device. And we just like doing that so people can know if they messed up the placement of the buttons or something's off, they know it before they start doing everything. So,
okay, so there we go. Now I've chalked. This one I wouldn't really need to chalk, but I'm gonna measure that diving board and I'm gonna use those chalk marks on that side. So I'll show you that later. So we'll just go, this is number 1 here. I'm gonna place this on the edge. I'm gonna point this at bucket 1. I'm gonna hit A. So A bucket's on the right. Laser comes on, hit it again. Okay, there's that measurement. Now I go B, put that on there, hit B. Okay, first one's done, on to second. I'm just gonna keep working my way around. this whole pool.
At any given time, if you needed to, you could hit the back screen and go back to the main outline, and it'll show you the actual pool.
Yeah, let's do that. So
being
I'm
measured.
on 0.5, on my next point's 0.5. I could always clear that out, and there's the drawing right there of what I've got so far. And so I'll just keep going.
Something nice here with the laser, it just shoots right underneath the diving board. If you had tape measures, you know, certain spots, it could just be a pain to be pulling them around that or hitting it as you go.
Yeah, like ladders and stuff are a pain.
Yeah. On curves, it's up to the pool company. They can do as many points as they want just to show the true curve there.
So this is a straight wall. I technically don't need to do any more between these. If I wanted to, I could. It's up to you. But I look down this is really straight. So really, as long as I go to the first and the end, then I'm fine.
Takes a little more practice farther away here. We're the farthest away from the buckets, but as you can see, after you've done a few of these, it's not a problem. You just develop the skill of pointing it and holding it. If you notice, he hasn't had to bend over one time. So that, just the fatigue, especially if you're doing a liner and just wanting to hit every point, just the fatigue is just so much less on something like this. You're just walking and standing upright.
One other thing to notice is right now we don't have the shades on the bucket. It's sunny, but it's not that sunny. It's doing fine. If it was sunnier than this, we might have to put the shades out, but we don't. On a day like today, and you'll know if you go to take your measurement and it's not capturing it, then you want to put the shades on there. But in most conditions, you don't really need them. Unless it's middle July and it's really sunny, it's not too bad.
It measures from the precise point of the foot. So whatever that foot is touching at the bottom of the pole, then that's exactly where it's measuring from.
Okay, so I'm done. Come back. I can close this, and boom, there's my pool. Okay, so now that I'm done, I just hit complete, and I move on to the next thing.
And
so
then
this pool
I'll
doesn't
show
have
the
anchors.
Last line connected, it didn't.
Yeah,
show
if I go
connected.
back in there, there's the pool.
Now it's connected.
Yep. So this pool does not have anchors, so I don't need that. So I'm just going to remove that option because this is going to be a new install. But let's go shoot that diving board. I'll show you that. So we're going to add a feature. And you can name this feature and whatnot. We can edit it. But ultimately, this one is going to be point to point. And so We're going to use the pool outline, and we're going to use measurement 3 as our first one, and we're going to use measurement 4 as our second one. And so what that means, if you look here, so instead of shooting it from the buckets or from anywhere else, we're going to set the device here on point 3, and we're going to shoot that leg, and then we're going to set it here on point 4, and we're going to shoot that leg, and that's going to mark that leg for us. So first one, stand here, turn the laser on, put it on the leg, which I'm on it. Okay, now I go to point 4.
See that, so I'll shift.
Okay, I'm on point 4, turn the laser on. Okay, if you look on here, it's hard to see, but right there, it just marked that leg. So I can get really close, so I'm gonna do another one. So same thing, point 4 to 4. So I'm gonna go on the other side, so I'm gonna say point 5 and point 6, so I can stand over here. So you have to do it in that order. So I said 5 was first, so I gotta shoot it from 5 first. Start my capture. Okay, come over to point 6. Start my capture. Okay, so now, again, if you look on there, you'll see I have my 2 features there to say where those diving board legs are. And I can come up in here and I can change this to diving board. Okay, and that's just points. I just want to show points on there. So calling that diving board now. So now it shows up as diving board. So on this particular pool, the only other thing I need to do is I want to do some
It's making weird black lines.
Oh, that's just what cameras do on phones. Okay, so the other thing I want to do is oh, I don't have anchors, so I don't do straps. I want to do my checks. Where are those at? Oh, right here. So I'm going to do a check measurement, and I'll show you what that means. So a check measurement, I'm going to measure from any 2 points. I'm not going to measure ones that are right next to each other, but I don't need to go across the pool either. So again, because I'm going to do this by myself, all I'm trying to verify is that everything is kind of calibrated correctly. I'm going to set this down. Okay, so I'm going to set this from point 1, this is point 4, to point 1. And if you see here, it says it's like 108 maybe and 3/4. 108 and 3/4. It's probably pretty good. Okay, so in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this is from point 1 to point 4. Okay, and the app is going to say it should be 9 feet 5/8 of an inch, and I had it at 9 feet 3/4 of an inch. So I'm not going to fudge it. I'm going to basically put it in here. 9 feet 3/4. And I'm going to get the green check mark to say I'm good. So if I go back into this check, it's good. If it wasn't, if you were off by a lot, then it's going to say you need to look at something and see what's going on. But you should always see it within a 1/2 inch or less. I mean, this time it was 1/8. So that's kind of what you should be looking for. And then you can do 1 or 2 of those, depending on what you want to do. And it'll show these up on the drawing too. So there's where I'm doing my check at up there. Okay, I'm happy. So now I'm done with this project. I can finalize it. So I can always come in here. Oh, I can manage photos, so I can do that next. I'll do that quick. So manage photos. I'm going to try to get some pictures of the diving board and the whole pool. So choose a file. I'm just going to take it from my camera. Okay, upload that. I like to, I actually like to take 2 pictures with the camera first. And then choose it, because then I have them saved on my phone. Otherwise, you won't have them. Okay, upload that one. Choose the other one. File, upload that one. Boom. So now I have those 2. And that should be good enough. I mean, this pool's pretty simple, obviously. Okay. Then I go to project overview when I'm all done. And I finalize it. Okay. And now I can get access to my data. So when I get here, I can now go to access reports and I can send this on. So I can send the report to a manufacturer that I choose, or I can email it to myself, or I can download it. You can set up contacts. So if you want to set up a manufacturer or a distributor that you send it to all the time, you can go to the send reports, add a new distributor or a contact who you want to email it to, choose them off the list, write a message, and send it. Very simple. Or you can always just send it to yourself. Attach all the data and send it to yourself. So I'll do that right now just to show you. Boom. Now I send it to my email. Okay? And now I'm done. I go back to my projects and start the next one. So that's it. Pretty easy.